Hey, Maximizers! Welcome to my live. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help product based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales so they don't have to hire influencers and they do not have to run paid ads. I have been creating content for myself on social media since 2018. And I am coming up on 7 years. So August will make 7 years that I've been Krista Maximizer and 6 years that I have been doing this full time. Like my full time business is coaching. So I coach my clients one on one on all things content, consistency, and cash. Those are my big three pillars. Create consistent content to create consistent cash. So, like I said, I've been doing this for 7 years. I started off creating couponing content. A lot of people know me as the couponing girl. I started off teaching women how to budget, how to coupon, how to strategically shop. I've couponed since 2008. So, since I was 18. So, I think I've been couponing for about 17 years now. And I still coupon. I just don't show all of my couponing hauls as much as I used to. But I still coupon to this day. I still have a stockpile. Thank you so much for the likes and thank you so much for joining. I still have a stockpile. I still coupon all the things. But I started off really teaching women that. And when I started my YouTube channel, I had been couponing for 10 years. So I was really an expert in couponing. So I started off teaching women how to coupon and how to budget. Then when the pandemic hit in 2020, my clients were like, hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start YouTube channels? Can you teach us how to start side hustles? Can you teach us how to make more money? Because our job is not cutting it and our jobs are uncertain with COVID. So in 2020, I like to say I accidentally became a business coach. It wasn't my goal. It wasn't my intention. I wasn't thinking about being a business coach. I literally became a business coach out of the need to help my clients make money. So for about 3 years, I was doing both. I was teaching clients how to save money, and then I was teaching my clients how to make money. My business coach in 2020 was like, hey, Crystal, can you coach my people on their businesses? And I'm like, you want me to coach your people? So again, I furthermore accidentally became a business coach. But what had happened was I fell in love with business coaching. I realized saving money and making money, if it's money, I like it and I'm good at it. I've always had the ability to help someone take the idea from their brain and turn it into a way to make money, turn it into a side hustle, turn it into a business. That is something that I've always been able to do. And I didn't even realize that as one of my superpowers. So in 2023, I had a midlife 30-year-old crisis where I was like, you know what? I think my talents are best served if I'm a business coach. I want to help women make 5, 10, 20, $30,000 per month. Couponing and budgeting is still very important, but I didn't feel like I wanted to teach that every single day anymore. So in 2023, I decided that I was going to be a business coach. In 2024, I closed down all of my couponing programs. I let go of thousands of dollars of reoccurring revenue. I let go of a lot of clients. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to be a business coach. And then in 2024, I was like, I'm just any kind of business coach. I'm just an everything business coach. And I've learned the riches are in the niches. And the more specific you are, less is more, the more money you can make, and also the bigger impact you can have if you're more specific. So I said, what kind of business coach am I? So I looked back at my past clients and I said, what if I help my clients with the most? And what am I good at? What am I an expert in? What have I done a lot of? The answer to that question was content. Since 2018, I've posted over 2,000 videos across 2 YouTube channels. I've gone live over 1,000 times. From all of that content I've created since 2018, I've been able to make $400,000, a little more than $400,000 at this point. I've been able to make over $400,000 on social media in the past 6 years. I didn't start making money until 2019, but from 2019 to now, I've made over $400,000 all from social media. My YouTube channel has been monetized. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling my group coaching, selling my one-on-one coaching. Every single brand deal I got is because someone watched my Instagram videos, someone watched a YouTube video, someone watched a TikTok video, and then the brands reached out to me and I've gotten, 5-figure brand deals from my content. I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars from my content. Then when I look at my clients, I help my clients create consistent content. I help my clients plan their content, batch their content, record their content, schedule their content, and get consistent from their content. So I said, I'm a content coach. I want my area to be content, consistency, and cash. So in 2025, here I am. I'm a content coach. That's my specific niche. I have created tons of videos. I'm a YouTube girly. YouTube is my number one platform. Instagram and TikTok are my secondary platforms, but my main platform is YouTube. My main platform is YouTube. Back in the OG days of Chris the Maximizer, I was recording and uploading 30 to 45-minute videos every single day. And I did that for about a year and a half. My first year and a half of Chris the Maximizer, I literally posted a video almost every day. If not every day, I was doing 5 videos a week, but they were all more than 30 minutes. So in this era of like short form content, like making a 3-minute reel or 3-minute TikTok is nothing to me because I'm used to creating very long YouTube videos. So with that being said, hi, I'm Crystal and I'm a content coach. And I would like to know who is in the room. Let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? And let's see, what's your business? Let me know where you're watching from. What's your business? What do you sell? Who do you help? Let me know in the comments. I answer every single comment on my lives. And I'm very engaging. So I would love for you to give feedback, ask me questions in the comments at any time. But number one, I want to know, where are you watching from? So what city, what state, what country, and then what is your business? So I'm back home in Florida, thank God. And like I told y'all, my business is content coaching, and I help product-based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent cash. That's what I do. I cracked my laptop on Saturday, so I'm looking at a black screen right now. So if you see me looking to the left a lot, I'm looking at my notes and I'm looking at myself on YouTube and Facebook. That's another thing. I am live on 5 platforms right now. I'm live on both of my YouTube channels, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook business page. Shout out to Facebook because I got accepted to their bonus content monetization. So if you're on my Facebook business page, you will see that I'm posting a lot on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm not necessarily posting that same content on TikTok and YouTube. I'm catching up, but I got the bonus and I can make a few $1,000s. And anytime I can make money from content, I'm going to make the money from the content. So yeah, shout out to all my platforms. So I'm live on all my platforms at once. That is why you see me looking to the left. So let me know where y'all watching from. Don't be shy. In the comments, where are you watching from and what is your business, okay? But tonight, I want to talk to you all about how to grow your audience on social media. I want to talk to you about how to grow your audience on social media, because that is one of the biggest things that is needed when you are a business owner that is using social media to market and to advertise. You need to have an audience before you can sell. Okay. You have to have an audience before you can sell. Going viral cannot be your marketing strategy. Waiting to go viral cannot be the way that you are allowing yourself to get customers, get clients, make sales. You need to have an audience of people who know you, like you, and trust you. If your audience doesn't know you, like you, and trust you, they're not going to buy from you. And if you just started your Instagram yesterday, you can't expect to get on there and make a sale, because who are you selling to? I'm trying to turn up my brightness on Instagram and it is like not working. Whoops, that's not what I want either. Let me add myself back. Anyways, if you don't have an audience, you have no one to sell to. Michael says on YouTube, don't you need to have an audience in order to teach people how to get an audience? I already have an audience. I have an audience across all of my platforms. I have close to 100K. I think I have more than 100K followers between all of my platforms right now. So I've been building my audience since 2018. So I have a YouTube channel that almost has 43,000 subscribers. I have a TikTok with almost 50,000, with over 50,000 followers. My Instagram has like 8K or maybe 7K. I'm right almost at 8K. And then my Facebook business page has 2K. Now, some of those people do overlap and they're on all the platforms. But I do have an audience. But what I'm sharing to you, Michael, is I'm talking to business owners who are selling a product or service. So for instance, let's just say you sell t-shirts. There's 800 subs and 2 viewers on here. Yeah, you're watching on YouTube. I'm also live on TikTok and Instagram and my other YouTube channel and my Facebook business page. And one thing that I'll say to you about that, Michael, is that you cannot judge your audience of live off of people who are watching live right now. My live replays get hundreds of views. You're watching on my business YouTube channel. So thanks for watching on my business YouTube channel, Michael. But my couponing YouTube channel has 43,000 subscribers. My TikTok has 50K. My Instagram has 8,000. So when I post these replays, people actually watch my replays. So I don't judge my audience off of who's watching live right now. This is content that's going to live evergreen on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram so that people can come back and watch it, even if they're not watching it at this current moment. So I definitely appreciate your question, but I hope that answers it. I've been doing this for a long time. I've done lives where 100 people show up, and I've done lives where 2 people show up. And I still show up in the same way every single time. You never know who's going to show up and when. I also haven't been live in a few weeks because I've been on the road. So I don't judge my audience like that. So the content that I'm sharing is going to live on my YouTube channel for days and weeks and forever to come. Handle that well. Oh, you're so welcome. It's a question that I've gotten before because while I have an audience of 100K across all of my platforms, not 100K people are showing up. I'm not getting 100K likes. I'm not getting a ridiculous amount of views. But I believe in my heart of hearts that the coaching business that I have right now, I'm doing primarily one-on-one coaching. I only need to serve 20 to 30 clients a year to make over 6 figures. So to me, as long as the right 2 people are watching me, I'm here for that. As long as the right 300 views I'm getting, I'm here for that because I don't need 50,000 sales. I only need to service 20 to 30 clients in a year, right? That's 2 to 3 clients a month I can service and I can make well over 6 figures, right? So I'm not stressing about that. And also I've built my platform. And this is another great example of why you need to build an audience. I've built my platform. Slow and steady wins the race. I have been consistent besides the past 2 months because I've been traveling for one of my side hustles. But anywho, I have been consistent over the years. If you look at from 2018 till now, I had a track record of consistency. Even when I'm not posting, I'm still getting subscribers. I'm still getting views. I'm still getting followers. I'm still getting comments because the algorithm knows that I am consistent. And I have put in a lot of work in all of these social media platforms. So I may not have the biggest numbers. I might not have the biggest impact, but the clients who need me, they find me, they work with me, and they get what they need from me. So I don't let the numbers affect me because I could be doing this live and only one person could be watching. But if that one person becomes a paying client, it was worth it for me. Even if you don't become a paying client today, I've had people who watched me for a year and then became a client, 2 years and then became a client, 3 years and then became a client. But they were in my ecosphere or they were in my community for all those years. So I have built myself and my business on consistency and showing up and not being stuck on, oh my gosh, I need 100K. I mean, yes, it's nice. But even when you have that many followers and that many subscribers, not everybody is seeing your stuff all the time. And I've seen, some really big creators, some really big business owners with millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers complaining that like only 600 people are seeing their content. If you have 1 million followers or 500,000 followers, even if you have 100,000 followers and the algorithm is only showing it to 600 people, it's not really a us problem. It's a platform problem, but that's another story for another day. For me personally, I'm going to show up whether it's one person or 1,000 people. But hey, Andrea, thank you so much for joining. You definitely can do it. Oh, listen, I already know. I'm not tripping. What's for me is meant for me. I set my goals. I show up accordingly. I serve my audience. The clients that are meant to work with me are going to work with me. So back to my original point of You have to have an audience before you sell. So this is really for anyone who is looking to sell something. It's like TikTok Shop, Like to Know It, Amazon affiliates. If you're just getting up here and you're trying to sell something and there's no one in your audience, you're really not selling to anyone. You want to spend some time creating content that builds an audience of people who know you, like you, and trust you, so that they can buy from you. If they don't know you, like you, and trust you, they are not going to buy from you. So I want to speak specifically to product-based business owners. I want to talk to business owners who sell a product or a service and they feel like they are not making the sales that they desire. I want you to go back to stage one and build an audience. I want you to spend the next 6 weeks building an audience or rebuilding your audience, re-engaging your audience. And this is how you're going to do it. First things first, you want to come up with your content pillars. I just went over this with one of my clients. She's starting a brand new business from scratch, and she's almost to the point where we're about to start posting content to build her audience. But I'm like, you need to come up with your content pillars. Your content pillars are your 3 to 5 core topics, your 3 to 5 main things that you are going to be talking about that is going to connect you to your ideal client. As a small business owner, you need to connect with your audience. People connect with me for a lot of different reasons, but you need to have core content pillars, core topics that you are going to talk about. So for example, when I was doing money saving couponing videos, my content pillars were couponing, budgeting, money saving, grocery shopping, and meal planning. Those were my core content pillars, meaning I can talk about couponing and how it gets you to save money. I can talk about budgeting and how it gets you to save money. I can talk to you about how to strategically save money in a bank account. I can teach you how to strategically save money on anything and everything that you're buying. We can talk about grocery shopping and how you can save money. And we can talk about meal planning and how it can help you save money. All of these core topics get me back to the main topic, which is saving money. Why is that important? Because when I was coaching you on how to save money through couponing and budgeting. That was my message. As a content coach, I am helping you create consistent content. My core pillars now, social media, consistency, planning out your content, selling your ass off. Those are the things that I talk about. A lot about content and different things about content. How to plan it, how to create it, how to batch it, how to edit it, how to schedule it, how to plan it out, how to be consistent, all the things. So what are your 3 to 5 core topics that you can talk about? I also want you to think about if you are selling candles, and I have a candle client, shout out to her. What does your audience need to know before they buy from you? What are the core things that they need to know about candles? What makes your candles different? Why are your candles different? Why did you start the candle business? Why candles? What makes you like candles so much, right? People need to know something before they buy from you. You need to educate them in some sort of area about yourself, about your industry, about your business. So that will help build that know, like, and trust factor. This is also going to attract your ideal client. If I am a content coach, a business coach, and you want to start a business or you want to grow your business, you are going to want to hear that type of content. You're going to want to follow coaches and creators that make that type of content. So when I have those content pillars and I create that content, you're going to follow me, you're going to subscribe, and eventually, hopefully, become a paying client. Does that make sense? So first things first, you need to come up with your core content topics, your core content pillars, as we call them, pillars of content. I can talk about mine for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Literally. That's what I talk about all the time. I'm really big right now. I'm in a really big content and consistency era. I talk about sales a lot too, but I talk a lot about content. I talk a lot about consistency. I talk a lot about going live, because going live is how I've made most of my money and most of my sales in my business. But you need your core content pillars, which brings me to, and I alluded to this a little bit, the next thing you need to do to build your audience is to create what I like to call connection content. Before you sell a daggone thing, you need to be connecting with your ideal client, which I already said. But you need to be connecting with your audience. And connection content is very simple. It's the what and the why. So you want to share on your social media the what and the why of your business the what and the why of your industry that your business is in, and the what and the why of your story. People are nosy. Okay. They're nosy. They want to be in your business. They want to know who you are. They want to know why you started. They want to know why you're selling. They want to know all the tea. Every year, pretty much my introduction, before I go to every year, my introduction that I gave you is a little bit of who and what. Who am I? What is my business? And who do I help in my business? And I give that 5 to 7 minute intro on every single one of my lives. If you go back and watch a live replay on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Instagram, I do a very similar intro every single time. I need my audience to know who I am. Why am I qualified to sit here and yak to you about building an audience? Because I've built an audience on 5 platforms, okay? And I didn't do it all at once. I literally built them individually. So that's why I share who I am, because you need to know who's in front of you, who's yapping. I didn't just wake up, make one viral video, and now I'm an expert. I'm not saying that happens, but it does. We put a lot of pressure on how many followers someone has or even how many views they have, not necessarily looking at what their experience and their history is. I have a client now who's starting a brand new business from scratch, but she's built $2 million businesses that she sold. So someone could go to her page because she's just starting and see that she has 2 videos and 100 views. But this woman has 20 years of experience. She built and sold $2 million businesses. That's her experience that she brings to the table. But you won't know that unless she shares that. So when she's doing her connection content, you best believe I'm on her like, we need to hear the what and the why of your story. Why are you starting this business? What experience are you bringing to the table from your past experience that qualifies you right now? Like, people want to hear that. People want to know that, and they're freaking nosy. So you always want to share the connection content, the what and the why of your business, the what and the why of your industry, the what and the why of your story. Now, this is an asterisk. This is for me because I am this type of coach. I wholeheartedly believe when you're creating connection content, face to camera and or vlog style voiceovers. So if you are a candle maker and you make your candles, show us a video of you doing all the things to make your candles, but tell us your story of how you started. Does this make sense? Yes or no? If this makes sense on TikTok and Instagram, tap the screen. On YouTube and Facebook, if this makes sense, type yes in the comments. No AI voices, no stagnant posts, no carousels. Video content is king. Everybody's pushing reels and short form 2 to 3 minute videos. You need to be on the bandwagon of short 2 to 3 minute videos. And if you are building an audience as a small business owner, people need to see your face and know who you are. They need to connect with you. They need to hear your voice and connect with you. Okay? So show up and show your face as much as possible. What is a stagnant post? A stagnant post is OG Instagram post where you just post a picture and a caption. So just posting a picture and a caption is a stagnant post. A carousel post is when you post 3 or 4 pictures in a row. Thank you so much for those likes and those gifts. 3 or 4 pictures in a row. And then a reel, obviously a video, any sort of video content, reel, Instagram video, Instagram reel, a TikTok, YouTube short, a YouTube video, a video, even a story is better than a stagnant one-off post. People need to know you. I am honestly not the coach for you if you're like, I don't want to show my face. If you don't want to show your face, we may not be the best option to work together, because I truly feel like you need to show up and put your face to camera, especially if you're selling a product that you make with your hands. You are the expert. If you're making lip gloss, people need to see you. Okay? If you're making a hair oil, people need to see you. You pressing my t-shirts, people need to see you. Okay? So connection content. Then I already talked about sharing your story. That was my next one. The next thing that's really, really big is engage with your audience. So once you are posting these videos, once you are building an audience, once you are attracting people to your page, and you are going to attract them with the content that you create, the captions that you use, the hashtags that you add, the algorithm will show your content to people who are interested in that area in that niche. That is how you build your audience. Not by you going out and following a bunch of people, not by you going out and doing a follow train. As a business owner, do not do a goddamn follow train. You only want people following you that want to buy from you. You don't want to have 3,000 people following you who don't buy candles. That's a waste of time. Don't get stuck on vanity metrics. So when you create this content that is directly towards your ideal client, they will follow you, they will find you. Once they follow you, once they find you, engage with your audience. And I'm going to give you an example. I've been doing my face, just getting my store up and running. Okay, what kind of store do you have? Allie loves the kids. What kind of store do you have, and what do you sell in your store? So engage with your audience. If someone leaves you a comment, you need to be responding to every single comment. In the first year and a half, 2 years, even to this day, I respond to every single YouTube comment that I get. Now, if you comment 3 times and I see that it's the same person commenting, I will respond once, but I will acknowledge each one of your comments. I respond to all of my Instagram comments. I respond to all of my Facebook comments. TikTok's the only exception because I've had a couple TikTok videos get like 300 comments and I was not able to respond to all of them because after a while, TikTok will be like, you're responding too much. But with the exception of a few TikTok videos, I do my damnedest to go back and respond to every single comment. Responding to someone's comment, responding to someone's DM, responding to an email, acknowledging someone's existence is the same as if you owned a brick and mortar store. So let's just say you owned a store and you sold clothes. Could you imagine no one else in the store, just me as the business owner, and you walking in and saying, oh my goodness, this place is beautiful. I love the colors of the walls. Your prices are super affordable. This is great. Like, how long have you had the store? Could you imagine me looking back at that customer and just saying, or saying nothing at all? That's what it feels like when someone posts a comment that warrants a response and you say nothing. It's basically like someone came into your store, gave you a compliment, said something nice to you, and you barely half-ass smiled back to them. You don't got millions of followers? Respond to your comments. Respond to your DMs. This is going to build your audience. One thing that I learned early on when I was doing couponing content is that when I was responding to people's questions, when I was responding to their comments, more people would ask questions and comment. They felt comfortable talking to me because they're like, oh, if she answers her question, she'll answer mine. So if anyone else who's watching live right now has any questions, please drop them in the comments. Questions about starting a business, growing a business, content, social media, let me know. I've been doing this for dang near 7 years. I've been full-time in my business for 6 years. I've been business coaching since 2020, so I've been business coaching for 5 years. What questions do you have, right? I answer all the questions. If I'm on a live, I answer every single question that I see because sometimes they be hiding the questions. But every question that pops up, I answer it. Your audience is going to love you for that. Your audience is going to love you. And when they know you, like you, and trust you, and they love you, what does that mean? They will buy from you. They will send people, other people to buy from you. So engage with your audience, which brings me to my next one. Answer all the questions. There should be no unanswered questions on your social media platform. What colors does it come in? What size does it come in? And don't give the dry, oh, check on my website. Oh my goodness, Allie, it comes in red, blue, and purple. If you want to see the full color scheme, go to my website and you can see what it looks like on our models. That's a much better response of like, instead of all the colors are on my website or nothing at all. Does that make sense? What sizes does it come in? And yes, will you get the same daggone questions in the same post sometimes? Absolutely, because people won't read. But in the beginning, I'm telling you, for that first year or so, answer every single question. Even if it is the same question you got 3 comments ago. Do it. It also helps your engagement on the platform. If the platform sees you, people commenting and you responding, they push that content to more people too. But also for your benefit of building your community and building your audience, respond to it. Respond. even if you have to come up with a canned response, like a copy and paste, I've done that too. When people always ask, how do you start couponing or how to go to CVS? I would give a basic response. And even if I had another video or my website to give them more, I would put that in the response and just copy and paste it over. Okay. I create interactive hands-on learning resources, game mats, and books for pre-K to first grade to improve reading. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. How do you keep your live going when it seems that so many people are over the top? What do you mean, how do I keep my live going? You mean like what I'm doing right now? Like, how do I keep just talking? Is that your question? How am I doing what I'm doing right now? Because I have been live for 30 minutes right now. I have been live for 30 minutes. My lives average about an hour. So yes. Okay, perfect. I'll give you a perfect example because I only have one other thing and then I'll answer your question. When you're growing your audience, you want to be consistent. You want to show up consistently. So when it comes to posting on social media, my rule of thumb is when you're starting out 3 times a week if it's short form content. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, if those are your platform, 3 times a week minimum. If you go from not posting at all to trying to post 5 times a week, you'll overwhelm yourself. You want to be consistent. You want to be consistent. My main form of content is going live. I was just working on my second side hustle, which requires me to travel all around the US. So I was unable to go live because I was working every single day for the past month with very little days off, like very little time off. But be consistent. Consistency. My first year, 2 years of YouTube, my first year and a half, I post almost every day. After that, I went to posting 3 times a week, long form YouTube videos, long form YouTube. When I was building TikTok, I was posting 5 times a week. So I was posting 5 days a week on TikTok. But honestly, I prefer to go live. So now today, my main way is to go live about 16 times per month. So from now through early July, I will be going live about 4 times a week. I'll be going live every day until I can't stand it because then I have to go do my side hustle again. I have another 3-week trip, but I should be able to go live in between there. But point being, my regular schedule is to go live about 4 times a week. That's my regular schedule. Consistency builds your audience. Be consistent. You got to show up. You cannot expect to post once or twice a month and build your audience. And you definitely can't expect to post once or twice a month and get a sale. Consistency is what saves me. I still get followers. I still get subscribers. I have not posted a couponing video in God knows how long. And that channel is about to hit 43,000 subscribers. Okay. And I haven't posted any dedicated couponing content. YouTube's just running them back my old videos and then these lives, because these lives are being shown on that couponing channel as well. So if you're not subscribed to my business channel, please make sure you take a second and go subscribe to my business YouTube channel. It's called Build a Business with Chris, and it's Build a Business with KRYS. Build a Business with KRYS. And then also, if you want to be notified when I go live and you want to be on my email list, maybe one day be a client, go to my website, KrisTheMaximizer.com, and click Get on my email list. Totally free to get on my email list. I'll email you when I go live. I email you when I post a new YouTube video. And I also email you when I have new coaching offers and things coming up, which I will be having some coaching offers and promotions coming up really, really soon if you have been looking to work with me. So that's a way that you can stay connected with me. The last thing I want to say, and then I'm going to answer Allie's question, be authentically you. Be yourself when you are creating content. As a business owner, you have permission to do whatever the hell you want. I cuss a little bit. I'm very educated. I have bachelor's. I have a master's. I worked in corporate for 4 or 5 years, whatever. I've done all the things. But being Kris the Maximizer, being myself authentically every single day has been the best part of this job. I get to coach my clients and I get to show up as me. I get to show up free. I get to speak how I want to speak. Brands have paid me 4 and 5 figures to be me. So when you are selling your products and services, when you are showing up on social media, I want you to be the most authentic version of yourself that you can be. This live right now is the most authentic version of me that you can get. It's just the same as if you were sitting in this room with me right now, or if we went out to get a coffee. I don't drink coffee, but if we went out to get a smoothie, or if we went out to grab drinks, this is the crystal that you're getting. Now, in my YouTube videos, I got to cut stuff and be a little bit more proper, but I'm still myself, right? Be yourself all the time. Your audience will connect with it. My audience connects with me because I'm a mom, because I'm Black, because I'm a business owner, I'm a side hustler, I'm a couponer, I wear glasses, I got natural hair. Did I say because I'm Black? All the things. People connect with me on all of those levels because I'm authentically myself all the time. It will be really hard to get up here and fake and be like someone else. Don't try to be like anybody else. Be the best you. Okay? That's also going to help you build your audience. Now, Allie's question was, and if you had any other questions, let me know down in the comments. Please feel free. If you don't have any questions, can you let me know, was this helpful for you? Yes or no? Was this helpful? Yes or no? And or drop your questions. And don't forget, if you want to get on my email list, go to KristaMaximizer.com and get on my email list and subscribe to my YouTube channel at KristaMaximizer.com. And it's KRYS the Maximizer. So Allie's question was, how do I keep my live going when it seems like so many people are over the top? Now, some people are crazy in their lives. I am a very simple, I am a very basic live streamer. Face to camera, 3 to 5 talking points, talk my shit. So the first thing that I do is I plan out my lives. I go live a lot. Like I said, I've gone live over 1,000 times, since 2019. And in the beginning, I was only going live once a month. So I would say 2020, 2021, I really ramped up my lives, but I've gone live over 1,000 times. It's my favorite way to show up on social media. If I didn't ever have to create a pre-recorded video ever again, I wouldn't. I would literally just go live every other day and call it an afternoon because it's my favorite way to show up on social media. Okay. So my tips for going live. Number one, I plan them out. So this morning when I got up and I got dressed, I had one coaching call with one client. Today is my only client of the week. This is kind of like my off week, slow week. Next week, I have a bunch of calls, but I only had one coaching call this whole week. So I said, okay, I'm going to go live. And I decided my live times for the rest of this week. So I'll be going live mostly around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I think Friday I scheduled it for 10 p.m. So I pick my live times. Second, and most important, I pick my live topics. So I use a platform. You see me looking to the left, but like I said, I cracked my screen, my laptop screen, but see me looking to the left. I have a, what the hell is it called? A project management system. I lost the words. I have a project management system called Airtable. And in Airtable, I list out all the days that I want to go live, like in a calendar view. And then I choose my live topics. So based on my content pillars, I choose my live topics. So for example, tonight's topic was, this is how you grow your audience. That's tonight's topic because why? When you're creating content and you're selling as a business owner, you need an audience to sell to. So I want to talk to you about that. My live for tomorrow is how to plan your content. Then my live on Thursday is going to be, sell with storytelling on social media. How exciting was that? Because it's all about telling a story and it's all about selling your ass off within that story and letting your audience know that you have a solution to their problem. So again, that's what I do. So I planned out my lives from now all the way till next Wednesday. So I sat down, I picked like 10 topics. These are my topics that I'm going to be talking about. With each topic, I give myself 3 to 5 talking points. So today I actually had 7 talking points about how to grow your audience. Okay. I'm not an expert, but I am proficient in growing an audience. I've grown an audience of thousands of people across 5 different platforms. Yes, my business YouTube only has 800 subscribers, but I've grown a YouTube channel to 40,000. I've grown a TikTok to 50,000. My Instagram has almost 8,000. So I know how to build an audience. Okay. And you really don't need tens of thousands of people to sell your products. If you have the right people in your room, you could. DL Sharon made $1 million with less than 5,000 Instagram followers. She made $1 million in 1 year with less than 5,000 Instagram followers in her podcast and her email list. She made $1 million in 1 calendar year. You do not need a crap ton of people in your audience to sell your products. You just need the right ideal clients, right? So I do my 3 to 5 talking points for my live. I also put 2 to 3 questions, frequently asked questions that people would ask. And I have some lives on my YouTube channel. So make sure you go and get on my email list, Allie, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Krys, Build a Business with KRYS, because I have a full playlist over there on going live. And that's also one thing that I help my clients with. So I have a one-time coaching session where I can help you come up with a content and live strategy. And then I have a 9-month coaching package where we can work together for 9 months, where I help you with all things content, consistency, and cash. But basically, I teach my live strategy. So you have your 3 to 5 talking points, and then you have 2 to 3 questions. Basically, based on knowing what I know about this is how you grow your audience, I wrote down 2 to 3 questions that people would ask me about growing an audience. One is always, what platform should I be on, right? And how much of an audience do I need before I start selling? Those are the 2 main questions that I wrote. So that way, if no one asked me any questions on the live, I could say, here's some questions that I get frequently. Does that make sense? So the platform doesn't matter. You want to find whatever platform your ideal clients are on, and whatever platform you want to be on, you can build an audience and make sales on any platform. People are selling on every platform. There's millionaires on every single platform. And then how much of an audience do you need? You only need a couple hundred people in your audience to start selling. I would say build your audience for 6 to 8 weeks, get a couple hundred people in your audience, and then you sell your ass off by selling your product or your service as a solution to a problem. So if you need help creating consistent content, the solution to your problem is to book a strategy session with me. You book a strategy session with me. We're going to come up with your next 30 days worth of content that also includes live streams so that you can show up. And if you're in a build an audience phase, we're building audience. If you're in your sell your ass off stage, we're going to come up with content that's going to sell your products or services. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. So if you're struggling with your content, you don't know what to post, you're having trouble with your content pillars, you're having trouble with planning out your content, you're having trouble with being able to record all your content, you don't know what to record, you don't know what to post, the solution to your problem is a strategy session. I will sit down with you for 90 minutes and I will help you figure out what is your next 30 days worth of content. What are your next 30 days worth of content, including lives? Okay. So we'll come up with your next 30 days worth of content. So when you leave that session, all you need to do is walk your little booty out, make a couple outlines, and record your content. Simple. That's the solution to your problem. But the immediate solution is to get on my email list and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel has over 150 videos on there that can help you get the ball moving. And if you need more help than that, then you go ahead and book a strategy session. Okay. So I hope that answers your question, Allie. I write it down for you too, but I will things. Okay, cool. So I hope that answers your question. Does anybody else have any other questions? If you don't have any questions, can you let me know, was this helpful for you? Yes or no? I will be live again tomorrow. I do have a couple errands that I need to run and a few things that I need to do. But overall, I will be live again tomorrow. And as I said earlier, the topic is going to be planning your content. So I'm going to share my process that I teach my clients and I use for myself on how I plan out my content. And I plan my content for a month at a time. Technically, I'll be planning my content for 3 months at a time. But I teach a method called Plan, Batch, and Schedule, where you plan your content for 30 days at a time. If you plan your content for 30 days at a time, you're never behind. You never not know what to post because it's already planned out. So right now I have content through the middle of June. I need to re-record again. So I'm going to record more content the first week of June. That'll get me through July and August because I have to move in July. And I'm not going to be thinking about recording content in July. And then Kinsley starts school in August. And I don't want to have to worry about content in August as far as coming up with new content. So when I record at the beginning of June, it's going to be for the rest of June, July, and August for me personally. We'll talk more about that tomorrow when I talk about planning content. So I do want to thank you all so much for joining. I know it's been a minute since I've been live, but I'm super excited to be back. This is my happy place. This is my favorite thing to do. Like, I freaking love going live. Like I said, I've gone live over 1,000 times, and it just brings me so much joy. I really love engaging with you all in this way. I love the immediate feedback. So yeah. If you come up with any questions after this, you can send me an email or you can send me a DM on TikTok or Instagram at Chris the Maximizer. I'd love to chat with you. Again, thank y'all so much for joining. And hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. I should be live at 8 tomorrow. If not 8, then 9. But I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.